Hey, welcome. Nancy from Soulvibe here, and get comfy because today we're going to talk about tolerance. So, tolerance sounds like a great thing, right? Where we are all understanding and accepting of people, of ideas that we may or may not disagree with. All the different types of diverse areas of the human condition that are out there in our world. If we are tolerant, then that brings up our overall vibe, right? Would it surprise you if I told you that tolerance is one of my least favorite words? Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be accepting, because I think you should. I try to be. I'm not perfect by any stretch, okay? And I don't expect you to be perfect either. That's kind of a tall request for anyone, isn't it? But when I hear the word tolerance, what I hear is, I guess I can put up with you. I guess I can put up with that. So I'm going to be tolerant of the person in the scooter or the wheelchair in front of me online at the Wally World who's taking extra time because they're disabled. I'm not so sure that that person wishes to be merely tolerated. Do you? Do you wish to be merely tolerated for your idiosyncrasies, your differences, your ideas, your feelings? Do you wish to be merely tolerated? I don't. I want to be accepted. So, when we're talking about physical differences, cultural differences, neurological differences, differences in belief, in sexuality, in things that people can control and things that people can't control. There's a host of different things in the human condition that I don't want to merely tolerate, because I would not want to be merely tolerated. I would rather celebrate our differences and be accepting, because that leads to love. Tolerance leads to guilt and frustration, doesn't it? I have to tolerate this, even though I really don't want to. But to be a better person, I have to. No, friend. Acceptance and love. And when you come from a place where at first you go, because maybe something is in your way, maybe something shakes your reality, stop for a second. Put yourself in their shoes. And whether you believe in the golden rule, do unto others, any of those great things that all of the different spiritual practices or religious practices around the world tell us, is that the right thing is to treat people the way that we want to be treated, and therefore offer a little bit more than just mere tolerance. Now, there's another side to this as well. And in 1945 or 1946, I'm not very good with years, a fellow named Karl Popper talked about the intolerance paradox, which essentially says that if we are tolerant of everything, even the intolerant, then the intolerant win. So what really started me out on thinking about the tolerance thing was that I saw a meme the other day that said, you know, love this person, love that person, love the racist next door. And I thought, intolerance paradox. Now, that's not to say that you can't love someone as a human being. Okay, that they're a soul and maybe they're lost. The racist next door has some sort of cognitive bias that they can't break through. Okay, maybe it has to do with their upbringing. Maybe it has to do with something that happened to them. Maybe it has to do with some sort of information that they take in on a regular basis. Whatever the situation is, it usually comes from fear and ignorance, because education and acceptance tend to lead to more of the good stuff rather than the lumping people all together into a big basket of hate. That being said, that doesn't mean loving people as a unique individual soul that they are, or at least aspiring to. Does not mean being tolerant of intolerance. Now, there are a couple of things that people have said to try to make the intolerance paradox not work, but I haven't seen one that's convinced me that it isn't true. I mean, the way that Nazis kill millions of people is because people are tolerant of the intolerance or come on board with the intolerance after a period of time. So, call it what it is. You can call it out for what it is, but you don't have to be tolerant of it. Okay? But combat with words, with ideas, with notions, with education. There are always intellectual and spiritual and historical precedent that you can use and you can learn about and you can study that will help you have a better argument. And then that way, with your words and with your thoughts and your mind and your soul and the extension of your spirit, you can be able to stand up against intolerance and not simply be the person who watches it happen. But you have to do so with your mind, because the moment that we go at it with our fists, that is where we become the intolerant. Now, if you like this message at all, please do visit us at soulvibe.com. We have inspirational messages and horoscopes that we send to your inbox every day for free. We live to lift you up, and I would love for you to come in and visit us and see all the cool stuff that we have on our site. So come by and visit us at soulvibe.com. And I want to wish you a wonderful, magical, beautiful day.